Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. Right before I go on holiday with my family, I wanted to do this quick collection review for Mr. S, a self-made man. I'm not sure where he's from actually. I don't think it says in his long email. But anyway, he went on his own account in his early 30s. Was not easy, could not afford much at the time, but now he's in his early 40s and the business has been very successful. So congrats on that. Steve is a family man, and yeah, the first watch, one of the first serious watches he got after the his childhood watches and some fashion watches. Before I got really into watches, just some 15 years ago, I was wearing watches by Diesel and Fossil, and I love them. So really, pleasure can come from. Doesn't have to be expensive. Doesn't have to be a certain brand. As long as you get something on the wrist, that's wonderful. And I still fondly remember wearing those watches, and I still have them. Just need to put a battery back on. But anyway, Mr. S, for his wedding, he got a chronograph, a vintage chronograph Rolex. It needed after a few months a full overhaul. Cost more than the watch itself, but he worried a lot, and it's great. And his dad gifted him a mid-size Seamaster quartz, which he wore for so long, and is still his prized possession. And I'm sure, although you can see on the pictures here, which not the highest quality pictures, guys. If you send me a collection review, better to write an email and attach quality pictures rather than send a Word file. But I respect Steve. He's got the Hotmail account, so he's old school like me. I still have my Yahoo account, which gets tons of junk mail. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, that Seamaster, that's the one that speaks from the heart. And although he's got nice, more expensive watches, let's say, it's probably the one he would keep, right? Because it comes from his dad. But then, as he made a bit of money, he wanted something to go skiing for sports, and he got the perfect watch at the AD. And Mr. S will make many of us, including me, very jealous. Apparently, he's got a great relationship with his AD. Can even turn down watches that everybody wants. So he got the Explorer 2. Fantastic one, although that one, I'm not sure he got it from the AD, but anyway, the Polar, fantastic for skiing, good size, legible, GMT complication that he likes a lot. He got a Datejust for his dad, a Datejust for his wife. I see in the collection here also a fluted bezel Datejust, very chic. He got a James Cameron. Loving that watch. He ran to the AD to pick it up when he got the call, and he gets the call many times. He turned down a Submariner once, but then he did ask for the no date, and he got that. Fantastic, as you can see, there's a bit of a pattern trending here. He likes Rolex, very usable watches. He got a Breitling Super Ocean, the very colorful one. Why not? Fun watch, doesn't break the bank. And he got my two favorite Rolex watches. One is the root beer, the CHNR, which he actually doesn't appreciate that much, doesn't like as much as the previous version, the 5-digit. Well, if you ever decide to go for the 5-digit, I'll be happy to to get this one of you if you make me a good price. Although these ones are almost back at retail now here in Hong Kong as well. But yeah, the way AD works here doesn't matter if he knows you're genuinely gonna enjoy the watch. It's all about the spending, all about who you are, what is your name. If you are in the newspaper for some reason because your parents are rich, or if you spend 2 million Hong Kong dollar a year at the same AD, you can have those watches. Otherwise, you can just go straight to the gray market. Anyway, you don't appreciate your root beer. Fair enough. I love it. I think it brings great colors in the collection. Wears so well as well. Happy to take it off your hands if it's still in good condition. And then my other current grail from Rolex. I think the perfect watch, as I'm ready to go on holiday to Australia, do a bit of swimming, bit of action and all that. Uh, I either go Rolex or Tudor because I think the current Seamaster Omegas are a bit uncomfortable. I have the one on the mesh bracelet. I don't feel 100% secure with it. So I go Rolex. My Sea Dweller is a bit thicker, and it's black. It would be great to have a bit of color. So to me, the green bezel Submariner that you got with the date is the perfect watch, and I'd love to have one. So you're very lucky that your AD can get you those watches. Man, play him my video. I will fly out to to complete my collection with him because I genuinely love these watches. So I'm not going to read the whole email. The crux of it is that right now he's doing really well. He had a great year and wants to add a heavy hitter. So he's thinking platinum. So he says first and foremost, before you go in the comments and say, "Oh, another Rolex collection," he's under the radar in the way he dresses, behaves, his cars and lifestyle. But he just loves the Rolex, and I totally understand. I have lots of watches. You've seen my SOTC, my collection. The Rolex are the best. They're just the best because they're so wearable every day. I'm wearing one right now. Even though here in Hong Kong, every other person and his wife have a Rolex, I still love them. I love to look at them. I love owning them. They're very usable, very beautiful, very accurate, and they feel so good on the wrist. I can sleep with them on. They never bother me. So nothing wrong for me in my book with Rolex. So he's thinking, okay, he wants to reward himself with a very nice Rolex, but stay under the radar. So he's thinking day date in white gold or platinum, maybe even with the baguettes. That's not really under the radar, but not so many people will notice. Love them. Love the white gold with the green dial. The platinum, fantastic. Make sure you try it on to see if the weight is okay for you. But the weight is a part of the pleasure of the platinum and the day date in general. Also white gold. It's part of the experience. You feel that you spend your money on something that has a bit more substance to it. And choose a nice dial. They're all great. You talk about meteorite dial. Yeah, meteorite to me, that's the top. Because the meteorite they use at Rolex is very special. Very they can't make that many of them. They're all different, and that really speaks to me. So meteorite dial, full respect, love it. Go with the baguettes as well, no problem. But then you're also thinking about Patek Calatravas 5296, simple dial. And this is what I really want to talk about with this collection, is that you feel very different wearing a Rolex and a Patek. At least I do. So I can just talk about my experience. I have two Calatravas. When I wear my Rolex, I know everybody knows what I have on. It's kind of cool that way. It's a safe choice. As I explained, I enjoy them immensely in every possible way. They're super reliable watches, and if I had to add just one, it would be a Rolex. When I wear my Patek Calatravas, I feel above all that. I don't care if people know what I'm wearing. I know a few the watch guys, or if I visit a dealer, they will know what it is. Give me the little wink. But it's more a personal pleasure. You know that you've made it when you're wearing a Patek. Doesn't matter if it's a complicated Patek or like Calatrava. I think if you go for a Nautilus or an Aquanaut, it's pretty much like wearing a Rolex, because you want people to know what you're wearing. If you wear a Calatrava, the more discreet it is, the more under the radar it is, the better you're going to feel, because you hope people don't know, because it's your own pleasure. And I hope I expressed this well. It's all maybe a bit vain, but hey, that's it's part of the pleasure of life as well. That's how I feel about the Rolex Patek thing. I think you need both in the collection. I mean, you don't need any of this, of course, but If you like watches, you need both in the collection. And I'm sure the pleasure of the day-date is very special as well. And it's an extra pleasure if you go with, as you say, a white metal, more under the radar, looking like stainless steel, looking almost like a Datejust. It almost has that Patek Calatravas vibe to it. So you can't go wrong with either. You can get great deals on a used Calatravas that will cost less than actually the day-date. Really great pleasure. If you can swing both, maybe not this year, maybe over a couple of years, do both. And you will understand, hopefully, what I try to explain, how I feel about them. And it's a wonderful pleasure. So I don't have a day-date. I've tried them on. I loved it. I know it will be more, and I actually like the rose gold and the yellow gold, the very visible ones. But I would love to get a white gold as well. It's almost on par with owning a Calatrava. But the one final thing you have to know is that a Calatrava is not as wearable, or any Patek is not as wearable, not even as accurate as a Rolex. And that precious metal will scratch so easily. So it's but it's a pleasure to wear it in a casual format. But yeah, someone gets 10 centimeters close to you, and it will get a scratch on your watch. So you do feel a lot more precious, a lot more careful with the Patek. But that also is part of the experience of wearing something super special. Can't go wrong with either. And the way your business is going, as I always say, don't buy one if you can't afford 10 of them, right? If you lose it, if you damage it, or if you need to service it a few times, that's the way it goes for any luxury. So if your business can afford you that, get both, and you will get the feeling. You can't go wrong with either. But guys, tell me what you think about Mr. S's journey. How you go about your choice between Day-Date and a Patek Calatravas or Patek complication. There's some really cool complications coming on as well. But current retail of Patek is just so high. I'd rather go for a used 5296. Either plain dial or sector dial like I did, or look at the 6006. Man, the one I got, they're very good. Look at my video about the 6006 and all the arguments in favor of it. You're not going to lose any money. Another one that would be really great is the regulator, discontinued, white gold. Just forgot the reference. Now they do it in yellow gold, but that one had a beautiful movement, very complex watch, and reasonable still on the second-hand market. Before one day people realize, wow, that was a one-off. Really didn't do it. They didn't make many of them, not for long. Very special. The regulator also looks totally on the radar. Nobody will know what you have on the wrist, and that is a great pleasure. Mr. S, thank you for sharing your collection, guys. Last time I said this, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.